So we're going to go into section 1.3 now. This is looking at how to set a price. So if you're running a business and you need to set prices for the items in your business, usually you'll be looking at a markup. And that just means how much more are you going to get the customer to pay for the item than what you had to pay for or what it cost you to make the item if you're actually making it. And we're going to be talking percentages, and again the terminology markup will come up again and again in this section. So I have a couple of examples here. The first one, you're making hockey sticks. All of your materials, and labors, and wages, and everything goes into it, and it costs you a total of $32 to produce each stick. And you want to have a markup of 10% on each stick. So that's basically the profit that you're going to make off of each stick. So what would the price be then if you have a 10% markup on a $32 stick? Now, I'm going to do a review in class of decimals, because you have to understand how to go back and forth between percentage and decimal. But for now, I'll just go ahead and assume that we've already covered it, and you'll know what percentage is as a decimal. So for 10% as a decimal, that's going to be 0.10. So let's figure out what 10% of $32 is. So to get that, and to get the amount of my markup, I take my cost, which is $32, and multiply that by my percent as a decimal. When you do that, you get that the markup is going to be $3.20. Now that's not actually what the question asked. It asks you what would the price of each stick be. So I'm going to mark the stick up by $3.20 over and above what it cost me to make the stick. So then my price is going to be the original cost plus my markup, and I get that the total price is going to be $35.20. Okay. Part B says, how much profit would your business make selling 100 sticks? Well, we just figured out in part A that with my markup of 10%, the profit on each stick would be $3.20. So for part B, I'm saying, okay, well then, if I'm going to make $3.20 for every stick, right, that's per stick, and I'm going to sell 100 sticks, then I just need to multiply that by 100. You get a total profit of $320 for selling 100 sticks. Part C says, what price would a customer pay for one stick after tax? Now, of course, this would vary province to province with different tax rate, but for our particular province, we have a harmonized sales tax of 13%. So again, we're thinking about percentages and decimals. So for this one, I have a harmonized sales tax is 13%. So just like a markup, I have to figure out how much is the tax. So my price, we said, was $35.20. So I figure out that the tax is going to be that original $35.20 times 13% as a decimal is 0.13, so we're going to multiply that by 0.13. And you'll come out that your tax is going to be, go to our calculator here, we'll say 35 cents multiplied by 0.13, and you get $4.58. So there's the amount of tax that I'll pay on each stick. Again, I have to look back at my question. It says what would be the price that the customer would pay. So there's the amount of tax. So to get the final price, I take my original cost, which was the $35.20, and I add the tax that I have to pay, and then I get that my final price is going to be $39.78. All right, one more example here. It says you own a convenience store in a small town. You buy the stock from the store in the nearest city and mark up the prices by 25%. So in the city, you purchase bread for $2.50, milk for $3.29, and a block of cheese for $6.25. So then it goes on to say, if you sell 2 loaves of bread, 1 jug of milk, and 1 block of cheese, what will the total price be for the customer? Well, the first thing to do is to figure out what is your price going to be for each individual item after the markup of 25%. So here's where, in the review that I'm going to give you on decimals and changing percent into decimals, I'll show you a little shortcut to figure out a final price. So if I'm not interested in the actual amount of the markup, but I want to know the final price of something, then there's a little shortcut we can do. Okay? So here's what we do. We'll start with the bread. Right? You take your original price, which is $2.50, and 25% as a decimal is 0.25. So instead of multiplying it by 0.25, I'm going to multiply it by 1.25. And that will automatically give me the final price of the item. And before I do that work in the calculator, we'll just go ahead and set up the calculation for the milk. Same procedure. I take the $3.29, multiply that by 1.25. That'll give me the final price there. And for the cheese, it was $6.25. We're going to multiply that by 1.25 and get a final price. So our calculator here, the first one was $2.50. We're going to multiply that by 1.25. I get $3.13. Multiply that by 1.25. I get $4.11. And then for the cheese, $6.25. Multiply that by my markup of 25%, and I get $7.81. All right. So there's the final price that will be in my store for each of those items. So now I want to figure out, okay, if a customer comes in and gets 2 loaves of bread, 1 jug of milk, and 1 block of cheese, what's the total going to come to? And so that's kind of a simple calculation of multiplying. Right? I've got 2 of these, so multiply by 2, 3 of these, multiply by 3. So 2 loaves of bread. So for the bread, there's 2 loaves times the $3.13 that each loaf costs. And you get $6.26. For the milk, right? You just got 1 jug of milk, so price for that is $4.11. Easy calculation there. And same thing with the cheese. Right, you only have one block of cheese. That was $7.81. So put that there. And now all I have to do is total them up. See what's the actual total going to be. Okay, so 10, 17, $18. And 18 cents. So there's the total for all of your items. The question doesn't ask, but you could at that point too, to take it even further, we could take that total and add the tax on that, even though there's no tax on groceries. But if you theoretically did have tax on your groceries, right, then you would apply that to your final total of $18.18. Okay, so next up will be section 1.4 in the next video.